So that right there was footage from last week on Thursday afternoon. We got hit with a storm that produced record-setting hail. It was crazy. It hailed for about 20 to 25 minutes. And some of the chunks that came down were very large. Baseball size almost. And for the most part though, I mean, not all the pieces of hail were that big, but it was pretty intense. And I know I put out a short last week on Thursday right after it happened, and then I talked about it a little bit on the live stream Friday. And one of the things that a lot of people commented on and were wondering about was, how did the greenhouse hold up? And surprisingly, there are no holes in the plastic. There are, however, places where it looks like the plastic kind of got stretched. So you can see there, and right there, and there. So there's a few dings, but there's no punctures, which is great. And like I mentioned, it was very surprising. I thought this thing was going to look like Swiss cheese back here. But just a few, there's another couple spots up there where it's like kind of just like stretched. And there's some scratches. So yeah, the greenhouse held up. So when I came back here after the storm, like back here in the wood yard, it just looked like a disaster. I mean, the ground was covered with leaves. There was standing water. The water was like, it rained, an incredible amount of rain came down. So everything was kind of flooded out. There was leaves everywhere. And the leaves were all down from both the wind and the hail. So it was, yeah, like I said, it was pretty crazy. The greenhouse survived. The main house did not. And we did sustain some fairly significant hail damage on the roof and the siding. But just the siding on the west side got pretty hammered. So we're gonna need to get a new roof and some siding and the gutters and the downspouts and some of the window screens. None of the windows shattered, but some of the screens got punctured. Boss man is out mowing the grass. He bought himself, and yes, he paid for that with his own money. He bought himself that mower. How's it been working? So he is out mowing the grass, getting the yard. Yeah, let's see this thing run quick. Let's give a little right down here. Go down that line. Right there. So, like I just mentioned, there's just been all these little things, just odds and ends that, I don't know, it's been an exhausting weekend. Trying to get the pond done. I mean, the new pond was like just full of leaves and pine needles and just a mess. And then I'll show you here in a second. So for the pond build, I think maybe it was Thursday, that morning. So that morning I had a load of stone and some rocks delivered. Dumped it right here, which, yes, indeed, it just created a huge dam. So the water went around it a little bit that way, but for the most part, it all washed into the woodshed. So everything washed in here and went out the door there. So now I've got everything opened up in here, drying out. But yeah, just, you know, normally when we get a lot of rain, it'll just wash down right through here. No problem. But had that load of stone dropped off and it just built a big dam. Just my luck. And like I said, that's just the way, you know, it's just been little things like that. Yeah, it's just crazy. It's just it's crazy how the little things just start adding up, piling up. I mean, there's branches down all over I didn't see, and you know, we're starting to clean up this weekend now, and it's just been exhausting. The one thing I was very surprised by is Friday morning I called my insurance company, and they were, you know, bombarded with calls because it hit a pretty wide area here in Wisconsin. And so they said, you know, we'll have somebody get a hold of you next week, but in the meantime, you know, if you want to get a couple bids or just get some people to kind of, I guess, do an estimate, check things out, go ahead and do that. So I was thinking, you know, I was going to have to start finding like roofing companies, give them a call, like, but oh no. Friday morning and Friday afternoon, throughout the day, there was 5 different contractors that stopped in to talk to me. So they came to me, like they were just out going all over the neighborhood. They were from, I think there was a couple from Iowa I heard about, and Minnesota, North Dakota. Yeah, they just all flocked into the area and started driving around, you know, giving out bids and assessing the damage. Here's some of the damage on the siding. You can see that's holes like that all the way up. And then if you look over here, you can probably see some of the spots up there. Wind and hail damage on the roof. And the last contractor that was here today, actually, he went up and took a look, and he's like, yeah, you're both, every peak, every side of your roof needs to be replaced. Like he said, there's like impact craters from the hail that like went all the way through the shingles, like just destroyed them. So he's like, yeah, you're gonna need a whole new roof. So that is gonna be something that now this coming week, apparently, the adjuster will come out or whatever, and the contractor will meet and start that whole process. And again, it's just one more thing added on to the plate of all the other stuff going on. So yeah, I didn't even get out to the wood yard today. I've just been doing some cleanup and then working on the pond here. And here's just a little check-in. If you saw the last video, I had that wall down there kind of done, but now I've got kind of started from there, placing a few bigger boulders, and kind of worked everything around over to here. And that is where I think I'm going to call it for today. And I'll put in probably another full day tomorrow. But it's turning out, I don't know, not too bad. Might be hard to envision. I can see it in my head exactly how it's going to look when I'm done, I think. So I'm going to get back to picking some stuff up out here on the tiki bar. The other fun thing, before the storm came, I don't know how many of you get to deal with the pine pollen, but yes, everything is covered in the yellow dust. So that is, like I said, just another thing added to the list of stuff I need to deal with. And right now, I don't feel like dealing with any of it. Still got the boiler going, if anyone's wondering. And I'm glad I almost shut it down last week, but I'm glad I kept it going because this coming week now, we're going to cool off a little bit and be like only in the 50s, upper 50s during the day and down in the 40s at night. So at least one more week with the boiler running. So that'll do it. I will get back to knocking some stuff off my list here. I just wanted to give a little update because I put out that short and had some people, and I don't know if everyone was able to come on the live stream to get the update there, so I figured I would just do a quick little video showing the storm and then the aftermath. So thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Stay safe, have fun, and be cool.